Hetepu, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Huru Nefer. This is Kasankma Kiparu with another video for you. And in this video, we're going to talk about Divination of the Ancients. But before I do that, I want you to hit the like button on this video. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications on when I go live or when I upload recorded videos. Also, if you're not already a member, please consider supporting us on Patreon. As a supporter on Patreon, you get your oracle readings, divination done for free if you are an Osirian level supporter. You also get access to a lot of exclusive videos on meditation, on invoking spirits, on hypnosis to be more confident, to eliminate anxiety, a lot of good stuff. And you can do so for as little as $1, $5, or $20 per month. It's up to you. And you can cancel at any time. Lastly, share this video with family and friends because we want to get the revolution started. So, Hetepu, I want to talk to you today about some interesting cards I came across. And divination is a field that's very, very important. And I want many of my members who watch the video, and if you're new, to understand that this was a practice, a traditional practice of cultures going way back into antiquity. And it was not just a part of African culture, but it was most cultures in antiquity. If you look at ancient China, they had the I-ching. India, the Greek cultures, Greeks had the Oracle of Delphi. So it permeated every culture, and it should have been a way of life for us leading up to modern day. But you had the ruling elite that when they took control of the planet, one of the things they got rid of was the divination, the oracle systems, because it's very easy to do a reading on someone coming into power in the role of a president or any other office, and the reading will reveal to you if that man or woman, if they have the people's interest at heart. And we know that the majority of people in government have their own interest. They're very selfish and they do things under the table, take bribes, put in place laws that don't benefit the people. But because they're paid by major corporations, they are out for those corporations, leaving the people behind. And we have to understand that the current system that's in place, the democracy, is not really for the people. It is for the rich who can control these politicians. But I digress. So the oracles that we work with in the Kemetic spiritual system, not religious system, but spiritual system, is the great oracle of Tahuti. And Tahuti went by the name of Thoth or Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great. That oracle is a very sophisticated oracle like the Chinese I-ching, which was created by, very, very wise and highly evolved ancient Chinese sages like Kung Fu Stay. Now, with these systems, there are some that can be used for predictions, others that can be used to help you spiritually evolve, to reach the next level of spirituality and be more altruistic and come together with oneness with God, source, or the universe. Oracles can really help you in that way. But I want you to understand that oracles are meant to be used in your mundane life, your day-to-day activities. There's nothing wrong with going and consulting the oracle on if you should marry somebody, if you should get a certain job, if you should go for a new career, if you should buy this particular car or get this particular house or move on a certain day or relocate, in fact, to another state, another country. You should always be consulting an oracle, which is basically a telephone to God. You're talking directly with God. And when we say Thoth or Tahuti, we are talking about that aspect of God that's God's intelligence. Because we know the Kemetic people knew that God comes in a myriad of different forms, and God works through these intelligences. There's an aspect of God that is divine love, which is Ma'at, And another aspect, which is God's ability to enforce justice, which is Haruku Huti, the deity. There's an aspect of God that's all powerful, which is Sekert. So we need to understand that there are these different intelligences. And the one that we're concerned with here today is the Tehuti, the God's wisdom. And you should really know that there is a difference between information and wisdom. Tehuti's complement is Anubis or Sebek. Sebek is information. Sebek is earth-born knowledge, meaning that he's acquired this knowledge from reading books, going to universities. But Tehuti is a sage. His level of wisdom is directly in tune or tapping into the Akashic records, God's storehouse of wisdom. This is why when you go to the oracles, it is giving you a bird's eye view, a higher view of things, and it's accessing your higher mind. You see, the limited mind can only see what is before you, the most immediate things, but your higher mind can look down 5, 10 years down the line and see trouble and can warn you. Now, we use these tools called the oracles to really give us or interpret the signs and symbols so that we know exactly what is in store for us. One of the best books you can get is The Oracles of the Ancient World. This is a really good book because it gives you the history of oracles and you begin to understand the importance of them, not only in ancient times, but how this relates or should relate to your life today. But I actually came across these deck of cards, which I thought were very interesting, called the Divination of the Ancients. Now, this is not only interesting because it's an actual oracle system in and of itself, but if we take a look here, here's the book, which basically interprets each card and gives you a little history lesson. So this oracle system here really encompasses a knowledge of many oracles throughout history. It's kind of giving you, in addition to allowing you to get information about any question that you have, it's giving you a history lesson on oracles throughout time. And here you'll see that there's oracle systems on arrows that we use is astrology. There's the black cat book, candle, clouds, interpreting things by reading a cloud, coins, crystal ball. This is very well known where you look into a crystal ball and you could actually see by the formation of the lights and the reflection of the lights, you can interpret those and give counsel to individuals coming with a question that's using crystals, not only just for healing, but for predictions. Dice are used. Dictionary. I've never used a dictionary as an oracle tool, but that'd be interesting. Dowsing rods, dreams. Dreams are very, very good for if you know how to interpret dreams, you can then see what's coming up for you. It's an oracle in a way. And the first individuals to be able to interpret dreams or go into a trance state were women. They were the first priest or the priestesses, and you would go to them and they would be tucked away in a special temple where there would be no outside psychic influences, and they could go into an alternate state of consciousness, whether it be the dream state, come out of that state, and then give you counsel on whether you should marry a certain person or how the nation would do if the nation would have, let's say, for example, famine that year, and they would report that to the king, and the king would take the appropriate measures. We have feathers can be used to interpret that. Fire, looking into the flames, interpreting how the flames are fanning and give counsel on that. And you have flowers and footprints. And here you have fortune cookies. I'm not crazy about that card. Geomancy, handwriting analysis, hydromancy, which is looking into the water and interpreting, the waves. Of course, we have the I-ching, which I did talk about. Lots, old saying, it's in the lots. Numerology, and just going through a lot. So I found this to be very interesting because not only can I use this as an oracle, but it really gives you a good history, overview of all the different types of tools that are used as oracles. Shooting star, and this was actually used in ancient times. When they saw a particular star on a particular day, they could predict how the nation would prosper, or if the nation would prosper. Smoke, Native Americans use this as a big one, to look into the smoke and interpret what they're seeing, and then bring that information back to the tribe. Spells and tarot, of course. So this is really, really good. So if you get an opportunity, I would say go ahead and purchase this. It's not that expensive. Excuse me. And it would give you a real well-rounded understanding of how important oracles are, the different types of oracles that were used. And of course, you could study any one of these, or study two or three, combination of them, and become proficient and be actually the point of contact for people to come to you to get information on their lives. And that's really servicing God when you do something like that. You know, unfortunately, we live in a society that rewards sports figures, you know, um, musicians, yet there's no recognition for those who have reached a certain level and are able to do oracle readings for people and help them in their lives. That is being a benefit to humanity in a way that this society cannot appreciate, it has never seen before. And I want you to understand also that those individuals online professing to be in the Kemetic religion, or professing to be spiritual, and they're regurgitating information or parroting information that they've read, don't work with oracles. They have no understanding of what an oracle is. This is because they're not following a true spiritual system. Because if you do your research and you look back in history, you will see that people never made a move unless the oracles sanctioned it. And this is another reason why I prescribe that you have to be very careful when you're reading history books, because those history books are not the truth. They've been rewritten, they've been edited to remove oracles from those books. If you believe that the pharaoh, the king, or the queen made decisions based on their own thought process or how they felt, then you were sadly mistaken. The priesthood was very, very powerful in antiquity, and they would report directly to the king or queen in how they should rule. And even the priesthood and what they said and the advice they gave came directly from an oracle reading. It wasn't something that the priests got together, had a conversation about, voted on, and then brought that information back to the king and saying, yes, we should go to war. No, they consulted the oracle, they consulted God before putting the nation's resources towards something as dangerous as a maneuver as war. Because that really, committing a nation to some act like that is going to have repercussions. You're going to have uh, lives lost, a lack of resources spent. So I want you to think about that. This is why in modern day society we don't have the oracles, because many of those individuals who are in positions of leadership know that if oracles were to become um, the common tool used to discern whether a person is just or not, it would mean totally revamping the current system, because they would be outed. The oracle would expose them as charlatans, as selfish rulers. So that's one of the reasons why the oracles were removed from our daily lives. But as a spiritual person, there's nothing preventing you and your family from using these systems on your own to help better the quality of your life and help improve things. And once you start down this path, you're going to find that your life, the quality of your life, is going to improve, because God is going to advise you how to make moves, how to make real moves that will benefit you financially, morally, spiritually. You're going to see an increase in your life, which is abundance. So I want to thank you for tuning in to this video. And this is Kasakma Keparu, son of Maat and Tahuti. My aunt is the beautiful goddess Heteru. Until my next video, Amin Ra.